All right, so today I received this package from Ingram Micro. I believe it's the Pixel 4a that came in the mail. So let's try to open this and see what it looks like inside. And then my main goal is I currently have a Pixel 3. So I really want to test this against the Pixel 3 to see what performs better. On paper, the 3 should perform better, but to some degree I think Google's really bad about supporting their products after like a year and a half. And so I think this one's gonna be optimized. Oops, the camera almost fell there. I feel like this one's gonna be optimized a bit more, so the difference in performance might not be as noticeable as you would think. Apple does a great job in supporting their products for a very long time. Google is not so great about that. So, okay, let's move that right there. All right, so it says Google Store, because I bought it from the Google Store. I open it up, I get this thing about Google Fi, work instantly, you're invited to the SIM-free life. All right, so that's Google Wi-Fi and information about that in here. All right, so let's see what's in here. Here we got the 4A, nothing else in the box. A few little messages from Google here, please recycle, and then hi there, and great to meet you. All right, so device comes like this, came in a bag. Here it is. Oh, it does have some tape there, and it has little arrows showing you how you can open it. So there's one on that side. Here's the other. This is the side of the box looks like. There's the phone, the G, Google, and info, but the serial number. So we open it up. Looks like this right there. Definitely looks bigger than my 3. There it is. All right, so here's the phone. And then what else do we have in the box? We have a little booklet here. Information about it. Looks like it has a little pin here to get the SIM out. And then inside the box we have the charger. We have an adapter to go from USB Type A to USB-C, and then we have a cable here. All right, so next up is we'll do a comparison between this and the 3. All right, okay, let's do that. Okay, so here we have the Pixel 4a next to the Pixel 3. These are the two phones. The 3 is right here. This is my 3 that I've had for the past year and a half, and here's the 4a. So we're going to compare them a bit. Before we do that, I just wanted to show you that I put a screen cover on here. I ended up getting this one from Amazon. It's the screen glass protector called Oigo. Overall, it was pretty good, easy to put on. One thing to notice though is that there is no cutout for the camera in the front. So I thought there was for whatever reason, but in case you get these, there isn't. It looks like you can still do a selfie and it looks fine, but just realize that that one doesn't have any. And in the edges, you can kind of see a little bit of little air pockets here on the edge. It might be slightly too high, maybe that's why it caused that over here, but I don't know, I see them on the bottom too. So just be aware of that. Doesn't really bug me once it's in the case and everything. The case that I ended up getting is this one right here, which is the Spigen case. This right here for the tough armor. It looks really sturdy, which is really nice, and it does have like the little kickstand in the back. But I'm probably gonna have to return it because I noticed that in my vehicle, if I put the phone in to charge, it doesn't charge because I can't slide it in because it's too thick. So I'm gonna have to find a thinner one, unfortunately. I didn't realize that before that. I have a Model 3, Tesla Model 3, and if you slide in your phone onto the charger, it doesn't work. And since this doesn't have wireless charging, that is not an option for me. All right, so we'll do a couple comparisons here between these two devices. All right. Okay, so as you can see, both devices are pretty much the same size, at least the device itself. They look almost identical. Yeah, very close. The Pixel 3 is slightly taller. And then we put them next to each other. I think the 4A is slightly wider, but they feel very similar. If I do this little test here, let's turn them around and do that. I think the 4A is slightly taller, but barely. So this is what they look like. I kind of like the old 3, how it had this glass back here, a little bit better than the 4. And the button felt a little more solid. It feels like metal. This feels like a plastic. I mean, maybe it's, I don't know what material this is, but this feels smaller, the button. It's been working perfectly fine. I've been using it for the past few days, and using it has not been an issue, but they do feel slightly different. All right, so I will turn both of them on and see how quickly they turn on. So let's press these 2 buttons at the same time here. And once I see the screen, I'll let go. And let's see, looks like the 3 might be starting a little bit quicker. So overall performance-wise, okay, so the 4 booted up quicker. Let me get the passcode there. So even though the 3 has a newer, a faster chip, I've noticed that the 4A has been very, very comparable in speed. So that has not been an issue at all. I used it for a few days to make sure that I logged into all my things that I normally use, so that there wasn't that difference between them. And currently there's no SIM on either one. So here's how they look next to each other. So overall pretty happy so far with it. I do miss the wireless charging a little bit, because I do have wireless charging in a few areas for our other phones, our iPhone and for this Pixel 3. So I don't know, I seem to miss that a little bit. Oh, this is going crazy and booting because I just booted it up. So you can see what the screens look like. Let's see what kind of, let's go to maximum on both here. Like that, you can see the difference there. It looks like the, I don't know, they're pretty comparable. Maybe the 3 is slightly brighter than the 4A. Let's see if that matches or not there. Can they both? All right, so let's see what that looks like there. So really speed-wise, haven't noticed much of a difference. Let me launch Chrome. Okay. Let's see if I can run something else here. Let's launch. What else can we launch here? Play. And see, there's something that might take a little bit longer to launch here. How about Photoshop? Even there, the keyboard seemed like it took a little bit longer for it to show up. Let's do that. Okay, we'll launch these 2. The black seemed to be a little bit better on the 3. So overall, I've noticed on the 3A and on the 3, I was getting some lag a bit, and the 4A has not had that so far, but that could be other variables too that it's affecting that. So I'm not conclusively saying that the 4A is definitely much faster, even though it has a slower chip. Maybe over time this one will slow down a bit, and maybe the 3, if I just do a refresh and I reset everything and copy everything back in, it might run a little bit better. But overall, I think Google they're going to focus on the 4A, so there's probably going to be some optimization that's being done for the 4A, where overall it'll perform at least as fast as the 3, or maybe a little bit faster. A couple of things you might be wondering is about the camera. So I'll launch the camera on both, so you can kind of see the difference there between the 2. So here we're using the camera in front of us here. So let's see if we can get an angle here. So we got a YS cam right there. And you can kind of see how those look and what it's able to capture. Fairly similar. Looking at the screen, I guess the 3 has a little bit more warmer tones than the 4A. And then if we do the selfie camera here, you can see the angle between the 2. So we'll go up like this. This is the regular one. You can see that the 4A is a little bit farther away, right, than the 3. And the 3 does have the 2 lenses, right? So let's use zoom out and back in, which the 4A doesn't. So that's part of the reason probably why they made it a little bit farther back. So you get a little bit more of a, you can see more on the screen. But that's the difference between both of those. Okay, let's also run Geekbench on these and see how they compare. Pixel 3 on the left, Pixel 4a on the right. Let's look these up here. All right, and those are the items there. So let's run it. Okay, so those are the times right there. At least on my devices, I ran Geekbench, and my single core on my 3 is 388, but on the 4A it's 554, and then the multi-core, the 3 beats the 4A on my device. So, not sure why, but this is what we see. All right. Memory information, 5 gigs, 3.5. Okay, so yeah, there's more RAM on this here. So maybe that's part of the reasoning here. Here's the rest of the information. All right. Okay, so as you can see, the 4A has a faster single core speed, and the Pixel 3 had a faster multi-core. Part of it probably is related to the RAM that these devices have, I would think. But overall, I've been liking my Pixel 4A. I think it's running faster than the 3, which is originally what I expected. Google probably is doing some performance enhancements and optimizations because it's a later device versus the 3, which they probably now don't even care about since it's a year and a half old. They usually don't support their devices as well as Apple does for theirs. So overall, I am enjoying the 4A. If you can look at the screen, you can see that screen-wise, if you compare them, you can tell that the 3 is definitely nicer. It's cleaner, it's a little more clear, it's brighter than we have here on the 4A, but it's not bad. The blacks are also definitely better on the 3. But if I didn't have them next to each other, you probably couldn't tell a difference really, or you wouldn't care. I do like that this has a bit bigger screen here, so it's definitely nice. So overall, so far I'm pretty happy with the 4A. We'll try it out some more and see how it works out. So thanks for watching. Hope you like these videos. Definitely like and subscribe if you like this content. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, we'll see you at the next video. All right, thanks so much. Bye.